Have you ever wondered what happens to your engine when you money shift? And when I say money shift, it's when instead of going up a gear, you go down a gear. Well, in today's episode, we are going to tear apart this over-revved engine and see what damage this caused. We are going to be spending a majority of our time in the back here in the engine bay. We've got to drop out the engine, strip off the cylinder heads and see what damage has been done from an over-rev. Now this is a driver's car. It's rear-wheel drive, manual gearbox, it's cable throttle and it's got a limited slip diff from factory. But when the customer brought this car to us, before selling it to us, because we now own this car, he spent a lot of money on the aesthetics. So he added the deep dish gold wheels. He did add a K&N air filter on there. Interior wise, added a Momo steering wheel, deleted the center dash part on the 996. So it looks like the dash is like seamlessly all the way across so it doesn't come down to the bottom. We lowered the suspension. We did a fair amount of work on this car. And he also brought a short shifter from eBay. Temu, wherever you want to get them from. So I've got the component over here. So this is the part in question. You can find these all over the place for about £20–30. We've seen them as low as. We installed this to the car. Customer brought the part to us with a lot of other aftermarket parts. I did speak to the customer at the time and said, look, we fitted these before, we've had good outcomes with them, but they just don't feel as engaging as other shifters, which we'll get onto slightly later. But the customer said, look, go ahead, I want the short shifter in there. We did some miles on the car, we took it for MOT, did the suspension, test drove it. And again, I didn't really feel that this short shifter was overly nice. It didn't do any compliments for the gearbox or anything that Porsche had done. The cables were all good and we checked them, but we felt that this shifter was lacking some fill. Anyway, we completed the car, gave it back to the customer, and within 2 hours, when diagnosing the fault on this car, the beauty with the Porsche ECU is it logs all the over-revs, which we often carry out on a PPI inspections. We'll look at any over-revs and relay it back to the customer because over-revs can damage your engine. And when we plugged the diagnostics into this car, we found why the engine was misfiring. It had an over-rev within the last minutes of it running, and with 0 miles. So we knew straight away that we had definitely got an engine issue here and it wasn't something exterior to the engine. Let's get this engine torn apart and see what this has caused. So we have taken the rocker cover off, the cams, the hydraulic lifters and the cradle, and we can see the top of the valve springs. And if we can see here, we can see these two are basically parallel. So they look good, they look level. And then this set, if you can see that, you can see this side is slightly more inward, and this is the valve we can see on the bore scope that is bent. It's the exhaust valve. So yeah, I'll get up close and you can see the height difference. See, they're just not level. Whereas if you do a comparison to these two, very level, very level. And then on the intake side, so that's the exhaust valves. We'll pan up to the exhaust, to the inlets. They look quite parallel. They look quite parallel. And then you can see again, that left one just doesn't quite look right. So, next step is take out all the head bolts and we'll get the head off. We'll get it on the bench and then we can clearly see which valves are bent. Oh, we've had a couple. Let's get the camera up and do a visual inspection. We can see there, no damage, no damage. Get onto this piston. You can clearly see that down in this corner, it's got a slight bit of metal missing, and a couple more digs there, and a couple more digs here and here. So something is definitely, something's collided there. You can see in the centre as well there. All looks good. All looks good there. And then we get onto the cylinder, which has had the issue on. We can clearly see this valve here is protruding. This one here is not sat back. I expect when we get this valve out, we're going to see quite a lot of damage to the valve seat, and I suspect it's picked up some sort of metal from the valve seat, which has created all this damage around the cylinder head. I'm confident that we'll be able to skim that head and check all these, resurface them all, put 4 new valves in, and this head will go again. Same with the piston. I think the damage on there is very minimal, and we'll be able to file that down so it's flat, and yeah, get rid of some of these high bits on the cylinder, get rid of it, polish it up, and we should be good to go again. But let's turn over the engine and just check there's no cylinder wall damage, because we can see here this one's good, but let's check there's not anything on this cylinder wall that has been damaged, which would be really unfortunate. Rotated the 4-cylinder down to the bottom, and yeah, the cylinder lining is all good. There's a few little etch marks down there, but nothing you can pick up with your finger, and there's nothing to be concerned about. That will happily go again. And it's the same with the upper wall. All looks good. So we are going to, like I said, as planned, clean up the piston in situ, get the head off to our local machine shop, and we'll get this resurfaced, get all the valves inspected just to be on the safe side. But if these two come back all clear and it's just this one, we'll just suspect that this was the only cylinder affected, because we can't see any other there's no other evidence that any other valves apart from cylinder 4 have collided with any of the pistons. So yeah, what we'll do, we'll do all that. We'll get the head back from the machine shop. Fingers crossed, all salvageable, and we'll get this engine back together. But that, for us anyway, is it's a good result. We are back putting on the heads to the 996 with the bent intake and exhaust valves. So that's our plan to get that done today. So we've got brand new head gasket from Erlin head bolts, 2 sets, another set up there as well, 1 for each head. Then we've got brand new skimmed heads. And on this one, this port here, 4 new valves. These are 2 of the inlet valves. This was one of the exhaust, and you can see how badly bent it was. Process we've carried out is obviously we've had both heads skimmed, and then we've cleaned up the mating surface, so the block and down here where the chain tensioner and all the guides are. Cleaned up all this surface best as possible so the head gasket can go on it. This isn't a full engine rebuild. This is purely a repair to the heads, well, fix the heads, and we've cleaned this piston up. Luckily it was only a tiny bit damaged. So that's our plan tonight. We're going to get these heads, get the head gaskets on, get these heads torqued up onto the car, onto the engine. Same on this side. All we've done is cleaned up this front mating surface of the block so it seals nicely to the head gasket. Got the engine all back in now, but let's fire it up. Let's hear what it should sound like when it's running on all 6 cylinders. So as you can hear, the engine runs great. We've ran it up to temperature. It's got absolutely no issues and it drives great. We are going to be selling this car, so we didn't want to have this issue happen again to the new owner. So we have installed a factory Porsche short shifter and got rid of this £20–30 eBay shifter. So the conclusion to this video is, if you think it's too good to be true, 9 times out of 10 it is. Generally, good car parts aren't cheap, and sometimes cheap mods can cost you big money. So we're going to stick with the GT3 short shifter because it's tried, tested, and it feels really good. But yeah, that's where we're going to end the video. If you've liked it, give us a thumbs up. If you've had any issues with these short shifters, or you've installed the GT3, just put a message in the comments and subscribe to the channel for our next video.